All right, shalom, shalom. Kahala Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh. What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good, man? Let's see here. Okay, I see you. I see you. Let me drop this link on down there, man. Okay. Yeah, we finna definitely destroy their ass real fast, man. Hopefully, man, I ain't got that crackling sound this time. When I went back, I'm not turned down. When I went back last time, man, I had a terrible sound on here. To give some of the other brothers, give some of the other brothers some time to come on in. Okay. Appreciate that. Yeah, because man, when I went back to listen to that other one, come on in too, bro. When I went in to listen to that last one we did, man, my voice was terrible. So it wasn't a my scenario of my computer. It was just literally me. Yeah, in regards to the mic and the sound, because I don't have no external mic. I'm just still using the same calibrated mic from this computer. But just waiting on some brothers come on in. I'm gonna obviously try to do this screen share for the first time. See, like, let me see. Okay, I see.
Okay, I'm on Shalom. Shalom.
Okay, yeah, Shalom, you just a little bit low, but I can hear you though.
How about now?
Yeah, you a little bit better, yeah. You good. Yeah, bro. Like I said, that shit was fun as hell, bro. But that's really the truth, though. Like that whole Africanism thing is really destroyed us. Like
Big
the
time, man.
depth of who we are is destroyed us. And I be tripping, like I be solely tripping their interpretation of Pharaoh and their interpretation of what they believe is so called Africa. And according to the scrolls, what these people say don't fit because it already told you the Africans oppressed you. You know what I'm saying? The African religion doomed you. I don't know. I don't get it. Like that's clearly a whole different stock of people. You know what I'm saying? So it just
Yes,
kind
sir.
of go to show our people are hard headed and dumb, bro.
Let me get a scripture, man. Start this thing off right. You know. So Isaiah chapter 31. Isaiah 31 and 1. It says, woe to those who go down to Egypt for help and who rely on horses. They trust in chariots because they are many and in horsemen because they are very strong. And they did not depend on the Holy One of Yashael and did not seek out Yahweh.
Facts,
Simple
facts,
as that.
and that's because first thing first, they still listening to everything our enemies got to say. And I think obviously that's gonna be. I'm still trying to figure out this screenshot because I want to. Oh shoot! Whoa, whoa, whoa. You still on that, bro?
Khan.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the screenshot, bro, because I actually want to pull something up on the screen for everybody can see it. Okay. 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 Yeah, I'm still new. I'm still new to this on the PC. I've been restricted to the phone.
It's all good, bro. Take your time.
So
Just
let
finna.
me see. Let me just see something. Are you able to see what I'm doing on the screen?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So I said, was you able to see what I'm doing on the screen?
Say something else. I can't. Okay, there you go. I can hear you now.
Now I was saying, was you able to see what I'm pulling up on my screen?
No, all I see is your avatar,
Gotcha.
blank avatar.
Okay. Okay, so that puts you back in. Okay. Okay, I think I'm okay.
Got it. Because it should like change to where both of us go to the same sign, like our avatars and stuff.
Because I definitely wanted to pull this Moroccan treaty up.
God, that was heavy. I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah, so see, I got it pulled up where I can read it, but I actually want to put it on the screen where I can be shown.
Let me see if I can look something up. Hold the screen.
Let me see. So I'm just trying to make sure when I tab over that it ain't actually kicking me off or kicking you off. Okay, but I want to read it though. I got to actually pull it up. Let's see. Oh yeah. Man, this one will confound them fast, bro.
I can record from my phone.
Okay. I'm just not peeping out the name. You said a real freaking noob say, but that's one of it.
Say what?
I said I'm just tripping off the name tag you done put on there. I said that's funny as hell. I ain't even going over there to listen to Lex Spot. I don't care what nobody say. Do the Jesuit to me, cause something Nigga said.
Yep.
Nigga said something. Two things he won't do. He will not speak against Christ, and he will not do none of those actions to a cross.
Facts. Damn. He sure shit won't. Damn. Has he burnt the Bible? I heard he tell people to do it, but he ain't done it.
To my knowledge, all of them burnt the Bible. I didn't see it, but to what I was told, yeah, they all burnt the Bible, bro.
Okay. Somebody put out some missing.
Okay, I think I know how to do it now. Okay, wait.
You figured it out. Let's see.
Okay. Are you able to see what I'm pulling up though, right?
Nope. Let me go check on YouTube and see if it's up there, because I don't see it. Nope.
Application window, Chrome tab. Okay. I'm getting there. Okay. Now I want you to now I got it working. I want you to see this. Now I ain't gonna be able to see you. I'm reading this, but I want you to see this. This is the Moroccan. For anybody to see, this is Yale Law School, Lillian Goodman Law Library, Avalon Project Documents and Law History and Diplomacy. The Barbary Treaties, 1786 to 1816, Treaty with Morocco, June 28th and June 15th, 1786. I'm going to read this. And I'm going to go especially into 4, 1 through 5. And I want you to hear this. You still on here, bro? Okay. Now I want you to see this. It says, this is starting at 1. It says, this is a treaty of peace and friendship established between the United States of America. It says, which is confirmed and which we have ordered to be written in this book, sealed with our royal seal at our court of Morocco on the 25th day on the blessed month of Shaban in the year 1200, trusting in God will remain permanent. It says, we declare that both parties have agreed to this treaty consisting of 25 articles and shall be inserted in this book and delivered to the Honorable Thomas Barclay, the agent of the United States now at our own court, whose approbation it has been made, who is duly authorized on their part to treat us with concerning all matters contained therein. If either the parties shall be at war with any nation whatever, one party shall not take a commission from the enemy, nor fight under their colors. If either number 3, if either the party shall be at war with any nation whatever, and take a prize belonging to that nation, and there shall be found on the board subjects, talking about people, or effect belonging to the other parties, subjects shall be set at liberty and effects returned to the owners. And if any goods belonging to any nation with whom either party shall be at war shall be loaded on vessels belonging to the other party, and they shall pass free, unmolested, without any attempt being made to take or detain them. A signal or pass shall be given to the vessels belonging to both parties, by which they are known when they meet at sea. And if the commander of a ship war or either party shall have other ships under the convoy, the declaration of the commander shall alone be sufficient to exempt any of them from examination. Here's what's going to get good. Either of the parties shall be at war and shall meet a vessel at sea belonging to the other. It is agreed that the examination is to be made, and it shall be done by sending a boat with 2 or 3 men only. And if any gun shall breed any injury done without reason, the offending party shall make good all damages. Here you go. Number 6. If any more shall bring citizens of the United States of their effect to his majesty, the citizens shall immediately be set as liberty, and the effects restored. And the like manner, if any more not a subject of the dominion shall make a prize, you see that? Make a prize of any citizens of America, or take you in slavery, of their effects, and shall bring them into any ports of his majesty, they shall be immediately released as well. It says, as they will when they was considered as under his majesty's protection. So that's checkmate. So that clearly let it be known. You still here, bro. That clearly let it be known that if, according to the whole Morocco Treaty, that a more, if any more shall bring citizens of the United States of their effects, his majesty's citizens shall be immediately set at liberty, and the effects restored in like manner. If any more not a subject of these dominions shall make prize of any citizen of America. So that's your bingo right there. It would already let you know they could have these Africans under their agreement with America. They could have you as a slave. You see that? Shalom, Dalio. What's good with you, bro? Shalom, bro. I couldn't hear you. Was you able to see what I was pulling up on the screen?
Yeah. I couldn't. I don't know why my mic stopped working. I heard everything you were saying.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, that's the Moroccan. You can look that up on the Moroccan Treaty, 1786. And just for anybody's edification, this is the longest lasting treaty on the American books right now. This would be one of the only treaties they ever held their word to. All the rest of the treaties, they broke them. But for some reason, these treaties with these Africans, they've had since 1776. And that treaty,
86 or 76?
17, I believe it started in 76, and I think it was completely ratified by like 86.
Okay. Same time as the DOI,
Right,
Declaration of Independence.
right, bro, right.
And
But think about it. This wasn't independence for us, though.
Morocco, it says, look, Treaty of Peace and Friendship in Arabic. Morocco is one of the first countries to recognize the independence of the United States as the Sultan Sidi Mohammed bin Abdullah issued a declaration in 1777 allowing American ships access to Moroccan ports.
Carl, make sure you speak up too, bro. We can hear you, but it's just low.
Khan, Salakia. I just wanted to read that though because that's part of what we're going to be talking about and what this is going to be dealing with. You know, is that slavery and that Negro trading. You know, because we're not
Facts,
black.
bro. Then yeah, them definitely facts. That's why I said, man. I don't know what the fuck these dudes be talking about, but man, let me get a little. I want to get a scripture, just to I want to get a scripture to look at Pharaoh's attitude. Man, we went into this before, but I want to get this scripture to definitely show you the brutalness, the ruthlessness of Pharaoh and these Hamites that we would have been dealing with at that time. That's going to be Genesis chapter number 40. And I'm going to just start at verse number 16 and I'm going to run to 19. It says, the chamberlain of the bakers saw that he had interpreted well. So he said to Joseph, I too, in my dream, behold, 3 wicker baskets on my head. And the interpretation baskets were all kinds of Pharaoh's food. It says Pharaoh's food, baker's handiwork. And the birds were eating them from the basket above my head. Joseph responded and said, this is the interpretation. 3 baskets are 3 days. In 3 days, Pharaoh will lift your head from you and hang you on a tree, and birds will eat your flesh from you. So now, and then when we look back, let's just look back a little bit. Let's go to Genesis 10, and let's look at this, what this is really saying. Genesis 10 and 8. And it says, and Cush begot Nimrod. He was the first to be a mighty man on the earth. He was mighty hunter before Yahweh. Therefore, like said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before Yahweh. So we know that the Hamites would have actually started breaking some of the first covenant, because these would be some of the first people to actually start taking over other people's land when they know they was not supposed to. So it just kind of seems like, I don't know. I feel like through this whole, you a Hamite, you a African, you a African American, we've been taught to stand up for what's not in our best interest. And like I said, that was Genesis 10 and 8. You know, but like I said, it just goes to show, man, what them dudes over there talking about on that panel, bro, is completely trash.
It's purposeful disinformation and misinformation. I'm sorry. It's purposely disinformation or used to disinform you to misinform you. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
So you got these people over there on SVDL. Those will be the disinformationers, thus making their followers be misinformationists. You know, people pushing misinformation. They're not the ones that's pushing. They're not the ones pushing disinformation. You know what I'm saying? They're being disinformed. They're being purposely deceived with information. You know what I'm saying? So they don't know no better to a degree.
Absolutely. You're right, though, bro. They don't. And it's kind of that old saying, if you knew better, you do better. See what I'm saying? It's a lot of crayon chewing ass niggas on there. And I ain't going to call out no names. I just want to make this clear right here. Just like guys over there. If I don't speak to you, don't acknowledge me. Being totally honest, bro.
Lex, excuse me.
Because, man, they, like you said, bro, they over there purposely giving out disinformation. And what's so crazy and what's really sick about it is they know they purposely giving disinformation to people who really don't study. Because they know if them people studied, they wouldn't listen to shit they had to say.
Yes, sir. So really, it's insulting to the viewer and listener and follower because they're depending on you being ignorant or stupid, and they're calling you stupid in a way, in a roundabout way. They're calling you stupid. Think about, for example, right? Because it kind of correlates the concept of them thinking and calling you stupid without saying it directly, right? They do it with marketing tactics, right? For example, they prey on when they selling makeup, they prey on a woman to be insecure. You see what I'm saying? And to be ignorant of the fact that that's what they're doing. So they're also preying on not only your insecurities, but they're preying on the fact that this woman is ignorant to the idea that they're playing on her insecurities. You see? So in SVDL, what they're doing is they're pushing this disinformation, hoping that none of the listeners go back and study that, as well as study stuff outside of that. That's why they tell you to burn the Bible. They don't want you in that stuff because they know once you in that, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna start to get some real light.
Facts. Facts. And make sure you speak up too, bro.
I'm trying to speak loud as I can and stuff because I don't know why this StreamYard do this for me on my phone, bro, but it does.
Man, they attack us in all some kind of way, bro. Like I said, we all under some kind of tech dealing with this shit, bro. I got a YouTube page where I can wholeheartedly show you a screenshot to show me I got 400 or 500 views, yet I've only dropped 2 videos. And when I look at the videos, I only see 60, 70 views on each one. So I know
Wow.
this is what they do, bro.
Wow. Sounds about right.
Because they can't
Because it.
contend no more, bro. The truth coming out,
Yep.
the lies are going away.
Yep.
And you got to think their whole foundation is built on these lies.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. And see, another reason I think they do that shit, right, is because if you don't get that many views, that video ain't gonna pop up that much. See what I'm saying? You know how you even if you're not subscribed to somebody's channel, if you watch that video, stuff from their channel pops up on your homepage next time you come on YouTube. So you know what I'm saying, for the people that watch your video and you know, because it don't have many views, guess what? It ain't gonna pop up.
Right.
Because it's not a quote unquote popularly viewed video. You know what I'm saying?
But look at how this happened today. You mean to tell me right when Judah go live, this dude go live a few minutes later? Come on, man. Hey, look, you know what? Let me expose some of these niggas right here. Let's expose some of these cats.
Go ahead. I'm saying, but real quick, they want people to believe they ain't watching us, man.
Right, bro. And you know how they do it? They do it in some subvert ways. Example.
Yes.
They'll take their main account and unsubscribe. Or if you got a computer, I don't know if you know this, but if you got a computer, you can actually choose that it shows the person you're subscribed to them or not. You have that choice. So I can be subscribed to you and I can still make it to where you can't see that. Right?
Oh,
so
wow.
This is what these dudes do. They'll subscribe to you on their main channel and they hide it if they're smart enough to go into the computer and do it manually. And then what they do is they create another account to come troll you. Right?
Yes.
So here go my thing. If Chris Harris is telling people he don't still learn from me, right? And I dropped a video 8 months ago, right? But yet I see new comments from his troll account 2 months ago. That means you still watching my videos, bro. So why not just watch it on your main account? Why not just be a man? Be who you are. And yeah, this is a shot to you, Chris Harris, because you a straight joke. And I'm going to go on and say it. And this is the kind of the mentality of SDVL. That nigga done won so many debates lying, he think he's learned, bro.
Yep.
Bro, I'm going to say this again. Anytime, correct me if I'm wrong, anytime a person gets to the point to where they start to believe their own lie, you are stepping out of the realm of sanity.
Yes, sir.
Because the minute you can't distinguish your own bullshit no more, you're mentally going down. So with that said, though, you know what? I'm glad. I appreciate some of the stuff that's been happening here in the past few days. You had the other brother got on SDVL. He was just airing people out, and I'm sitting back crying, bro.
Oh, Lines of Lucia.
Yes,
Yes.
bro. You know I almost uploaded that to my
man.
channel, bro.
The black man, the black woman, you deceived them.
Right.
You're going in there.
He really is, even though he off on the African thing, but the rest of the stuff he's pretty much right. Cause and then you see when I was in the chat, dude said you an instigator. So fuck you. You more mad because I'm instigating the situation that you getting exposed? You more mad than fixing this. That's what's wrong with us, bro. Hey,
bro,
one thing you know,
focused. You're doing good. Stay focused. Don't focus on me.
man. One thing I have learned is this.
What's up?
You wanna know how you can tell an Israelite, bro?
How so?
Judge their hard headedness.
Yes, that's one thing I do all the time, bro.
We all do it, bro.
Yes.
We all do it, but it comes points when you gotta be like, hey, wait. Whoa. I'm starting to, rationalize too much. Like, wait. Let me correct my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When I look at them dudes on the panels, y'all ain't nothing but Israelites, bro. Because y'all the dumbest and most hard-headed niggas I know.
Yep.
You're brilliant. You're already brilliant, but you won't act brilliant.
Exactly.
And that's the killer thing. That's what kills me about this, bro. Like these people want to be fitting in with that whole African narrative so bad, bro.
Yep. It's sickening, man. And like you said, we're so smart. We're stupid. We are. We're so smart. We're dumb.
And that's the truth, bro. That's how you can tell who we are, bro. Because that goes back to the scriptures, like you said, that Sodom's children. Like stupid, you're stupid. You're stupid, and you act like a child at mind. And I hate to say that about us. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that about everybody, but in a general, we tend to have a very arrogant mind frame, but a very hard head and a very stiff neck. You have the God ego, but you got this hard headedness.
Yep, kind. And I pointed this out before, man. Like, there's a reason we're stiff necked. It's because we're supposed to rebel against this wickedness. That's why we're so rebellious and stiff necked. Like that's what we're supposed to aim that rebellion towards, but now we don't want to.
Right. Facts, bro.
They done got. And I gotta. Oh, go ahead.
Now I was just gonna say real quick. I was just gonna say, and they done got people to where they don't even realize they got them rebelling against Yahweh instead of rebelling against everything that's wrong.
Yep. They have a zeal but no knowledge.
Facts, but go ahead with your piece you was gonna add though, bro.
This is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. And it says, "For my people are stupid. They have not recognized me. They are foolish children, and they are not discerning. They are wise at doing evil, but know not how to do good." I mean, that's self-explanatory, but and it tags along with what we're saying. Like, we're so smart. Like, we're super smart at doing evil things. As the scripture just said, we're wise to do evil. At doing evil. You know what I'm saying? We have great wisdom in doing things we shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go do this and do this to him, and when I do that, I know that's gonna make him retaliate. Because even though I ain't get him, I got somebody close to him. You know what I'm saying? Or that's wickedness, bro. You know.
Facts, bro. Hey, go ahead, read that Jeremiah 11 and 15.
Jeremiah 11 and 15.
Yeah, bro, that's one of my favorites because you pulled that first scripture. This precept has to line up, bro.
11 and 15 says, let me make this quick point too. And we're dumb because that is ignorance. Like that is stupid. Because that doesn't concern Yahweh, man. That wickedness, man. So therefore, we're stupid.
Facts, bro.
11, 11 and 19.
Yeah, make sure you still speak up, bro. I know you ain't a loud person, but man, you
Let's
got to
see.
get loud for this one, bro.
This is Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 19. I am like a choice sheep led to the slaughter. Excuse me, I did not know that they devised schemes against me. Let us destroy him by placing tree poison in his food.
Hold on. Wait. Jeremiah 11:15.
Oh, 15, Salakia. It says, what has my beloved nation to do in my temple, while she, her great ones, carries out her evil schemes, while the sacred flesh is passed away from you? When you do evil, only then do you rejoice. Yep,
Bro,
keep
that's a
going.
cutter right there, bro.
That's cold.
And that's our people, bro. Hard head, silly, but know to do evil and rejoice to do it.
And let me get this. Let me just jump to the verse 17 real quick. And Yahweh, master of legions, the one who planted you, has has declared evil upon you because of the evil of the house of Israel and the house of Judah, which they committed in order to anger me by sacrificing to Baal.
Facts. And they still doing it.
Still, I'm African. We Africans still doing it, man.
Hey, hold on. I got a precept. Let me see. Wait. Thinking about that. I know you got that Isaiah 31 already. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna get this one. I'm gonna get this one out the book of Ezekiel. That's what he's talking about. When he's talking to Pharaoh.
You said when he's talking to Pharaoh? Pharaoh. Oh, man.
This is Ezekiel 30.
Pharaoh.
Hey, boy, that. Oh yeah, I got it. Man, that video was so soft, bro. Oh god, man, I seen that video one day, bro. I was sitting back on the floor. I'm like, dude, you got on mascara and everything, bro. Like you really drew on your eyes, bro.
Oh, man.
I'm like, dude, you got lip liner on, my god.
These dudes is Hollywood, man. They Holly weird. Holly weirdos. For
Man,
real.
right.
Like our people are lower level Luciferians, bro.
Now, guess what? Watch this. This is very spiritual. This is go back to that Pan African Egypt shit. This is Ezekiel 30:6. Thus said Yahweh, the supporters of Egypt will fall, and all the pride of his power will collapse. From Migdol to Aswan, they will fall by the sword. As it says, the word of Yahweh Elohim. So that goes back to even when people try to go to this Egypt doctrine, but they can't stand on it. See, they tend to forget. In that book of Exodus, when Yahweh said, I'm going to kill Egypt and destroy it, like he destroyed it. They still trying to bring it back to life.
God. I got another one for you, right?
Go ahead, Age. Like I said, man, bro, remember, bro, keep on speaking up, bro.
This is let me see. This is Jeremiah chapter 2 and 20. I'm gonna start at 25. Withhold, Jeremiah 2:25. Withhold your foot from barefootedness and your throat from thirst. But you have said it is hopeless. No, for I am in love with strangers, and after them will I go. Like the shame of a thief when he is discovered, so has the house of Israel been shamed. They, their kings, their princes, their priests, and their prophets. They say to the wood, you are my father, and to the stone, you have borne us. To me, they turn their backs and not their faces. But in their time of distress, they will say, arise and save us. Now, where are your gods? I'm sorry. Now, where are your gods that you made for yourself? Let them arise if they can save you in the time of your distress. For as the number of your cities were your gods, O Judah. Verse 29 says, why should you contend with me? You have rebelled against me, the word of Yahweh. It's simple as that, man. Like,
Facts.
and that precepts up with what is that? Proverbs 1:20 through verse 27, when it talks about, they spurned righteous correction. They spurned wisdom. You know what I'm saying? That's wisdom right there, is righteous correction, man. It's wise to correct yourself. It's wise to be a self-aware person if you're a careless person, or if you don't pay attention to your surroundings.
Right. And I got that's Ezekiel 29, 29 verse number 20. It happened, well, Ezekiel 29, verse number 21. Son of man, I have already broken an arm of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and behold, it has not been bound up to provide healing, to place a bandage, to bind it up, to strengthen it, so that it might grasp a sword. They can't fight with that, bro. They are literally trying to fight with the dead leg. Like, I love when the other elders, GMS elders, they be calling Egypt the dead leg, bro. Like,
Hey, King Tut's club foot, nigga.
right, bro.
Over there swinging a club foot, man.
Bro, they don't even want to get into that one, because you know what I'm gonna continue to say. They ain't got no idea what the Hamites was, bro.
Ding. No clue. No clue. And I got one more precept. This is hold on. Salakia. Before I get that, what was the one you just read?
That was that Ezekiel 20. I think that was Ezekiel 29. Well, that was Ezekiel 30, verse 20, 21.
30 verse 21. Con. The water. So I got Jeremiah 7. I'm gonna go to verse let's start at 3. It says, thus said Yahweh, master of legions, God of Israel, improve your ways and your deeds, and I will cause you to dwell in this place.
Right.
Do not trust the false statements that say, the sanctuary of Yahweh, the sanctuary of Yahweh, the sanctuary of Yahweh are they. Only if you truly improve your ways and your deeds, if you truly do justice between man and his fellow, do not oppress stranger, orphan, and widow, and do not shed innocent blood in this place. Excuse me, and do not go after the gods of others to your own harm, then I will cause you to dwell in this place in the land that I gave to your forefathers forever and ever. Now, mind you, let's not, quick recap. The land is also a spiritual aspect representing your mind. So,
Facts.
right, Yara, means to teach, to point out, to a point, and Shalom, peace, right, Jerusalem.
Right.
So, what was that? Was it 8? Yep, verse 8. Behold, you trust the false statements that are of no use. Can one steal, murder, and commit adultery, and swear falsely, and burn incense to the Baal, and go after the gods of others that you never knew, and then come and stand before me in this temple, upon which my name is proclaimed, and say, we are saved? in order to continue committing all these abominations.
Bro,
So,
hold on, bro. That's exactly what the Messianics, Christians, nigga,
yep,
bro. That's exactly what they do. They feel like they can do all of that and then say, "I'm
yep,
saved," and
yep,
to continue to do it.
yep. And who else does that in a different way? It's not Lex claiming he's this double, triple master God teacher to save humanity.
A- Oh, absolutely. He's telling you to go live and go do whatever you want, and there ain't no consequences to it.
Thank you. He's saying what? You're already saved. You're
Right.
already delivered. All you got to do is live. Do what you want.
But Yahweh said, I got to get that up out of you, though.
Oh no, brother. No, no, brother. We Africans. We don't have to. Who's your outlaw?
We Africa? Okay, so wait. So we Africa, how come the oldest slave trade, how come the what is that? The British, no, I mean the West Indian slave trade, the oldest traces of it is in Brazil.
Oh well, you see, brother. They you know the white man. You can't trust the white man, brother. You're reading too much of his information, brother.
But the scrolls are ours though.
I mean, yeah, they come from Africa, brother. But you know the white man, he got his hand on our books, brother.
Okay. So do you know anybody who can go read the walls of Egypt?
Um, Francis Champollion, I believe is his name.
You mean the same dude when you go look at his statue, he's standing on Pharaoh head?
Yes, yes, brother. That's him.
Kiss my
But
ass, man. So you
no, but
mean to
that was
tell
a
me,
black guy.
okay. So you mean to tell me these good white folks been telling us lies?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No. Somewhat. I mean, they tell the truth, but they have to tell a lie. I mean, it's complicated, brother. It's complicated, okay?
Okay, okay, I got a better question, brother. So I'm born in America, but I'm an African?
Yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
know what you're thinking. I know. It's two continents. I know. But see, here's the thing. Okay, here's it is. Here's it is. By blood, we're African by blood, right? But we're American because this is where we were born. So by birth, we are American. So we're African blooded, American, I guess, philosophized.
Okay, I got a question though. Why when I look on the applications, why I don't never see it say Asian American, European American, Australian American, but then it says African American?
Um, uh, uh, I, uh,
It's craziness, bro.
it is, man. That's how they sound, though. You heard how ridiculous that sounded. That's how they sound, and they
Bro,
think they doing something.
that's crazy as hell, bro.
These
That's
cats,
crazy
man.
as hell, dude.
I'm like, okay. At least with us, we'll tell you you're doing dumb shit. Them niggas won't tell you doing dumb shit, man. Because they themselves are doing dumb shit. So they can't really see it.
True.
They only think it's dumb is when you're doing something contrary to what they believe in. Then it's dumb shit. So if you go over there talking Torah, you believe in that dumbass, you know what I'm saying? You
Okay,
go over
well,
there
you know
talking
what?
sense. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I got a scripture. Let's address this, right?
Con.
That's gonna be Deuteronomy 28 and 43. The stranger who is among you will ascend above you higher and higher, while you will descend lower and lower. Now, I live in the hood, okay? I go to the corner store, it's owned by Africa. Not one Negro work in there. They got an old white man who's a bum. He get to sweep the floor, take out the trash, he get a meal, but there's no Negro who works there, right? Okay,
Mm.
so let me go back to the gas station, right? Okay, well, that's owned by the so-called Arabs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna read that again. That's Deuteronomy 28:43. The stranger who is among you will ascend above you higher and higher, and you will ascend lower and lower. He will lend to you, but you will not lend to him. He will be a head and you will be the tail.
Hey, real quick, that sound like that scene in Sugar Hill. We don't work with the katas.
Right.
We don't work with the katas.
Bro, how much more they gotta show us, bro?
Hey man,
I've never once seen a Negro working in an African store.
nope,
Hey,
nope. Not an
you know,
African owned store. No.
it's very interesting how these people love. First of all, they love to try to make you give your heritage away. It was something y'all was speaking about earlier. Celebrities, you get a celebrity Jake who make it right,
Right.
so called done made it with that Esau money, right? And
Con.
he become rich. And what do? They'll clearly tell him, listen, don't invest no money in that hood. Go take that money to Africa. And then you'll see this same person, celebrity basketball player. He's over in Africa, passing out water, handing out food. But he literally had to leave America to do that.
Right. Con. Yep. That's their and they're like you said, they're told these things, bro. Like they're told basically without it being these direct words. Do not help your people. Do not help your people. Don't worry about where you came from. Worry about where you're at and where you're going. That's what they teach them. And that is detrimental because they're forgetting where they came from. So when you forget where you came from, now you got to find a whole new direction to go to. You know, that's why we're where we at today. We forgot where we came from. Now what? We're Africans. We're this. We're that. You know what I'm saying? It's the same concept, man. It's uh,
Facts, bro.
what did you say earlier when we was on that Facebook call, bro? You said it was dealing with psychological warfare. It was something you said.
You
Um,
said
Dang.
psychological warfare.
Yeah, you ended it saying it was psychological warfare, but you said something before that. How they're doing our minds and stuff like that, like the mind games they play. We was on a Facebook call earlier.
You talking about the MK, the Mach Ultra?
Yes, the MK Ultra, the mind control. Thank you. So it's the mind control, and the mind control works how? Through innuendo, through double speak, because the double speak leaves room open for. I didn't say that directly. I never implied that. What are you talking about? That's what innuendo leaves or double speak leaves room open for you to do. That's why you go over to SVDL, like you set up a debate, they want to tweak the title every goddamn 3 weeks, every 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Because the title becomes more misleading. It becomes more, uh, uh, um, how can I put it? It becomes more open ended, more vague. You see what I'm saying? It's not direct no more. Like for example, debate: did the Exodus happen versus you know, uh, uh, um, when was the Exodus? That's not very specific. When was the Exodus? Which Exodus? You see what
Right.
I'm saying? So
Fact.
when
First
did
off,
the Exodus happen of Moses? You see what I'm saying? Or did the Exodus of the Bible happen? That's more specific, but they won't do stuff like that all the time.
of course not. Of course not. But see, the one thing in history that we do know for a fact, they can't. That one thing they cannot hide, lie, or deny. The library in Alexandria and all of that was burnt down. Okay,
Yep, yep.
and there was so much records compiled and so many different books in there. You just got to continue to think about this. The same people who would have burnt it down are the same people who would have rewrote history because the Greeks
Mm,
had already went into places and started interjecting their rewrote as history in.
hmm
So we got to consider if a lot of the history of the world was locked into that time period, and we know for a fact that that place would have been burnt down and destroyed. It's real easy now to say, well, this never existed, that never existed. Of course.
Yep.
But the next thing we were going to go to naturally is we're going to go to the relics and the archaeological proof. And I got one. I think I showed this to the young knight, and this is just. Let me pull back up the screenshot, and I showed this to the young knight when we was on the call. Okay, come on. Okay,
The
so
neophyte knight.
because the young knight was basically he was basically under the impression he was listening to somebody and they was trying to tell him that Jerusalem, the real Israel, is in South Africa. I said, oh really? I said, well, let's deal with this then. So what I'm gonna do, can you still see the screen up?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna show you this. You see that? It's already popping up.
Okay.
Scythian arrowhead.
Scythian arrowhead from
Right?
Jerusalem.
So let's go take a look at this real quick. For anybody who didn't know this, the arrowheads that they were shooting at us, they're still finding them in Jerusalem today.
Mm.
And these would be the same people who came to fight us, who chased us up off the land. They shot so many arrows at us that they're still finding them today. So when people say this whole thing is in South Africa, I gotta say there's a problem with that, my friend. Because we're still finding the ancient arrowheads. And look at that. It says ancient arrowhead from where? Babylon.
Babylonian, yeah.
No, look at this one. It says
Jerusalem unearthed.
in Jerusalem, right? But it's the same arrowhead. Now, who do we already say came up out of Babylon? Come on, man.
Oh man.
Dude,
Babylonian conquest.
it's getting too easy at this point, bro. Like seriously, bro, it's done got too easy because now I'm gonna just continue to say this, man. And you know what? Just to get a precept to back that up about them arrows. We go to the book of Ezekiel, and that's gonna be Ezekiel 21, verse 26. For the king of Babylonia stood at the crossroads at the head of two roads to practice divination. He shot arrows, inquired of the teraphim, and took into the liver. So remember, now I just said Babylonian arrowheads, right?
God.
These would be the same the Chaldeans who would have been in Babylon. I'm sorry. Let me reword that. The Chaldean army who would have been in Babylon, which ain't nothing but Ashkenazi, they would have shot those arrowheads at us. They would have been right there in the midst doing it. So it just goes to show, it goes to show the difference between. Oh, should I pull that one up? No, I'm gonna give it a second. That should show us the difference between the history and this myth history. And I know y'all starting to hear me use this word a whole lot here lately. It's because, like I said, the more and more you look into history, you're gonna realize something ain't right.
Yep.
Somebody lying. And you're gonna come to see who it is that's actually lying to you. But hold on 1 second, bro. Just keep it going, bro.
Con. And like the brother said, man, that's how they rule, bro. Like they lie to us. They lie to you. Their power is in deception, not truth, not facts. Well, let me reword that a little bit. Their power is in true deception. The fact that they're deceiving you. That's how They deceive you. They take a fact. I mean, think about it. They got people. They got people really believing a theory is a damn fact. Think about it. It's called a scientific theory, and it is considered a fact because a wide group of scientists agree with the outcome, the same outcome. So, scenario: carbon dating. They carbon date a artifact submerged in water, or that has been submerged in water. If you know anything about carbon dating, if you know anything about carbon and water and the rays of the sun, they say that the rays of the sun, when it hits the artifact, it leaves carbon or creates carbon 14 in that artifact and da 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 da. Right. So if something is submerged in water, it is surrounded by oxygen and hydrogen. So that throws the carbon 14 molecules off. You see what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so sorry about that. Shalom. I'm back. Keep going though, bro.
Shalom. So when you dealing with the carbon dating, the artifact that's submerged in water, the water, the H2O, the hydrogen and the oxygen throws the carbon off on that artifact tremendously. Not to mention that carbon dating itself is they already can only date back between 2,000 to 3,000 years of accuracy, basically. Like if they find something and they say this artifact was done during the period of the Ottoman Empire or the 7 and then it goes back to as far as 70 AD and then it's between 70 AD and they give some crazy number 70 AD and let's say 450 AD. Somewhere between that time frame is when this artifact was being used and da 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 da. That's a fucking 300 excuse me. That's a 300 and some year gap, bro.
Facts. Didn't you just, in fact, since you spoke on that, Shalom, nigga, since you spoke on that, remember we just pulled up the Moroccan Treaty, how
yes.
You notice it said when they put out their date, it said only 1,000 something. But yet, how are we in? See that, bro? Shalom, man.
Hey, Shalom. How you doing?
Oh man, we all
Shalom. There go my neggy.
That'll always be the best pun ever.
We're just sitting over here destroying this whole Pan-African lie, myth, bullshit.
That's not hard to do.
Oh, thank you, bro. And you know what?
You want to add 2 cents?
Oh, yeah,
I'm sure they need 2 cents, but I'll give you my thoughts in a minute. Just give me a sec.
Okay.
Take your time.
But yeah, though,
Go
man,
ahead,
like I said, man, and I'm putting this all on the record again. International law says that when you go out into the ocean, 12 miles, that belongs to nobody. So if these people really wanted us back, they could have made it at least 12 miles to our shore. And they've never done that, even till today.
That law still stands.
And that law still stands. That's an international law, not an American law, an international law. But now, you know what? I'm actually glad, though, I'm glad. A big shout out to the brother OTT for helping bring that little piece of information out. But that goes back to just stuff that, we've already kind of discussed, man. Like the curse of every black person being a Hamite, that came from rabbis. That's facts, man.
Okay, so yes. I'm back. What has Pan-Africanism ever built?
Hope for nothing.
So nothing. What have they ever come up with that, people remember them for? What are they known for?
Shea butter.
I mean, I gotta think of shea butter in my bathroom right now. So that's African contribution, or should I say Pan-African contribution to civilization.
That's African culture in your bathroom, brother.
I got African culture,
African spirituality,
African spirit. You got to do it right. You got to do it like African spirituality family.
African spirituality.
African
So
African
that's really funny.
spirituality.
That's really funny. You can look at every other culture on the planet, and they have something to offer. You know, the world as a whole, not Pan
God,
Africanism. What do they? I mean, individual African countries, yes, but Pan Africanism, red, green, and black is
All
their.
Africanism got to offer is two things: the one, the doctrine that the black woman is God, and two, shea butter.
I mean, yeah, I mean, shea butter does a great job. Plus, you can also wash it off, and if you don't wash it off, it won't make your face turn red or whatever, you know. But is that it? That's
That-
all?
I mean, and some Black Africa fist shirts and necklaces.
Right. You know what? You know what's wrong with that fist clenched fist thing? That's Marxism. That's not even African. That's from Europe. That's from straight up
Ding!
Europe.
ding, goes straight back to Marxism, bro.
Yeah, Marxism.
That's the
Communism.
yes, the fist of communism. Yes, thank you.
So when you watch guys in Cuba, what are they doing to show solidarity? You know, with communists in other countries, they do that clenched fist thing.
Yep.
Fist up, head down.
You can see, you know, Fidel Castro doing it. You can see all kinds of Latin American communists doing it. It's just a Marxist sign of recognition.
Facts, bro.
So when they you know, the communists actually tried to get a bunch of you know, so-called black people involved in their whole thing. They did it with Martin Luther King, actually.
You know what? You're absolutely right. And dude, it's so funny. I just dropped that picture. I dropped that picture in the chat today.
Yeah, Martin Luther King was he was a pastor, but he was not really a pastor. He was kind of like using the church as a social movement.
People tend to forget. Let's go and touch on that real quick. Dude is an ultimate sellout. I don't care what nobody say, and I'm gonna tell you why. Let's look at it in context. At the same time they was throwing bricks upside your head, he said nonviolent. That's what he was. He was a pacifier.
They were turning hoses on guys. They were sending dogs after them. They were also throwing bricks upside people's heads. I mean, it was crazy violence. But he thought the answer was to passively take it. Like they would sit in these lunch places, these diners, and they would be sitting there trying to order something to eat or drink, and these white people would be dumping salt on them, ketchup, mustard, and they just sat there, and that was the answer.
And you know what? Hey, at first, Shalom, brother Henry Copeland. You know, the panel's open, bro, if you want to come on. But yeah, you're right, though, nigga. Like, this dude, he was clearly set up. In fact, you know what?
Like, how do you not be a setup when you're telling people, yeah, just take it from the people that have been giving it to you for 200 years?
Exactly. How are you not?
Like, let the guards beat you. It's far better that way.
I'm finna pull up a photo just for everybody to see. Y'all go ahead, keep it going. Let me work on getting this photo.
That makes no sense, bro.
Like there's just crazy things from that period that don't make a whole lot of sense. And then how that man was killed. Now I don't know why he was murdered. I know why he was murdered officially, but the reason he was killed was probably something else. The guy who did it wasn't just a racist. I think it was like a government thing. I think he was like a patsy of some sort. They had a guy, they talked him into doing it.
Probably. Hey, man, guess what? I bet he never believed he was going to end up on the end of a bullet behind that bullshit.
Yeah. After he shot Martin Luther King, I think he did catch a bullet. So just like, what happened to the guy that killed John F. Kennedy, right? Who was, who's the guy?
His name was Lee. Was it
Lee
Lee?
Harvey Oswald. That's it. Lee Harvey Oswald. And he got shot by a Jewish gangster named Ruby something. Jack Ruby. Jack Ruby. That was it. He got shot by a Jewish gangster named Jack Ruby, who, might I add, was facing life in prison. He was never going to get out. And he wasn't even like a big time gangster. This was no Al Capone. So this dude was easily, talked into doing it. Now, I imagine the guy who shot not John F. Kennedy, but the guy who shot Martin Luther King was in the same position.
It would only make sense.
Like, that's what they do. They find somebody who either is in the military or is about to do really long stints in prison, things like that. The military is easy to get to do things because they already have that whole brainwash idea in them. They know how to follow orders,
True.
And somebody that exposed a lot of that MLK stuff and the civil rights movement, they killed the dude, I believe.
Oh, you know who else was involved in the civil rights movement?
Dude named Sean Copeland.
Gang leaders. So you had gang leaders in the civil rights movement, and one of them was Jeff Fort.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's their. They claim that's their good deed for the day type thing. So he was trying to change things for the better, but he was a gang member from the very beginning.
Okay, I got this photo. Let me go ahead and get this photo going for y'all.
So you got gangbangers who are trying to be civil rights leaders.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of disinformationists.
Oh look, Google's got that thing up with the dude wearing the Martin Luther King shirt.
Of course they do. That's Google for you. They promote wickedness, bro.
I know. I mean, they're big. They're a big company. They have to. It's like the LGBT flag when that month rolls around. Everybody's got to fly their freak flag on that month.
Next month is February, or the month of February, the month of purification. So,
Oh, I didn't.
That month.
Well, there's no freak flag flying next month. We can be happy about that. Maybe the red, the green, and the black will be flying, but that's a different freak flag.
That's the African flag.
The Afriki flag, yeah.
But February, for people who didn't know, February comes from the term Februar, which means to purify, which is in reference to the mother goddess. Short lesson on that. This is why February 14th is becoming Valentine's Day, because they will celebrate and exonerate and exalt, the purification of the woman's womb for about a whole month, from January 14th to what? February 14th. So. And you can go ahead, Avanya. I see you got your screen pulled up. Salaki. I don't know if you know, but you muted, bro, if you're talking.
Yeah, I know I was muted, bro. I was trying to get this image to pull up. I talked about it. For some reason, it won't pull up.
My bad.
Nah, you're good. Okay. Now, this dude was clearly amazing. I got pictures of this guy with who. This is the picture you was talking about right here, nigga. Now, you know who these people are. They're the Jesuits. Now, MLK is amongst these people, right? I'm trying to see if I can get that one picture to pop back up. So watch. I'm gonna show you how they try to memorialize this guy, right? I probably gotta go back into it and I get checked just to get that to pop back up. Hold on. But yeah, that's what I said. I keep it going. That's why I said, let me work on this for a second. Hold on. Check this off. Telephone. Shalom, he fell out. He'll probably be right back in. But yeah, though, man, that dude, that shit right there, dude, is a straight hoax, man. That whole Martin Luther King shit is bullshit. This whole Pan African shit is bullshit. Like, if you think you're African man and you was born here, and every time you meet an African, they gonna speak to you, it just really boggles my mind. It just boggles my mind for what these dudes are really trying to, like really what are they trying to pick me? Screen, put that in trash. Okay, gotcha. Y'all brothers still?
Yes, sir. I just
Okay.
everything was choppy. I had to come back in.
Cool. Okay. No, so I'm still trying to get this picture. Same picture I put to our night right back up.
I'll be back, guys. Just yeah, keep it going. I'll be back.
Okay. If all them bozos still think like, I don't care if you see my face, I don't give a fuck about none of that, man. But the brother Judah, like you said, he's pointing out, like, they keep talking that Africa shit, bro. But show me you broadcasting from Africa with that same energy. That's all I want to see. Because I don't never see these guys like with that same energy. I hear Tyson that Solomon's name.
What did he say?
Now his brother Henry Copeland, he put that in the chat, Talking about Lex, bro. Lex is, man, I don't want that guy, dude. Like, it be times I be thinking, if he's set up, or is he just, I don't know, bro. I really don't.
We know,
but it's something weird about.
We know, bro. He's set up. He's sawed up. Excuse me.
I know, bro. It's like I know, and I've been trying to give him the benefit of the doubt for quite a while now, bro. But it's starting to become very evident that guy is very much set up, bro. Okay, there you go. Let me see.
Oh yeah, I wanted to say this too. Like you said, they're making all these videos claiming that they're Africans and this, that, and the third. Where are the Africans doing that? Telling us to come home. There's even so-called white Jews telling black people, y'all need to come home. This is your land. But why is there not? I mean, there's tons, like hundreds of videos of people saying that, but where are these hundreds and thousands of videos of these Africans telling us to come home?
Facts, bro. And you know what? They did something real sneaky, too. They did this to undermine us. Let me see. Yeah, I can clearly see when you on this, when you on these lives, man, your internet is compromised.
You talking about me?
No, just period. Okay. Just period. Okay, so here we go. I'm finna share this picture that I put in earlier. All right. Share this picture that I put in earlier, just so brothers can see. Now, you see that? That's a Rothschild. You see that? That's ML Coon. And what is he doing? That's a Masonic gesture.
Yes, sir. Hand over what? Oh, man.
Exactly, bro. And we finna, hey, go ahead, keep it going. Let me answer my door. Go ahead, keep it going. But man, you talking about crazy.
Bruh, that MLK, man, he was another cat, another so-called, you know, JW that was funding MLK was Robert D. Abernathy. You know, and if you live in Georgia or ever heard of Interstate 20, you know that interstate was dedicated to this man, right? Now, a little bit about Robert D. Abernathy. He was a communist banker. And fun fact about MLK, as are his associates, as was he. You know, those were the people that fashioned him, you know, made him what he was, or founded him to be this quote unquote pacifist and civil rights, this and that and the third. So MLK himself was also a communist by proxy. By proxy. But so like if you know what I'm saying, you back, you can go ahead, bro. Okay, well I'll keep it rocking then. Um but MLK was a communist, man, and he like Negi asked earlier, you know, so the answer to get people to stop beating you was to let them continue beating you. That's the solution to the problem. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Just sit there. Do nothing. Do nothings. Be little Debbie do nothings. You know what I'm saying? Little Debbie do nothings. Excuse me. But yeah, MLK was a communist. There's another thing about this man. He was a freak. Uh, it was before he received his Nobel Peace Prize. There's a story before he received his Nobel Peace Prize. Um, it was alleged that he was running down the hallway, you know, and his boxers are either naked, chasing a prostitute, trying to get her to come back to his room. So this man and there's other stories about how him and Robert D. Abernathy would have orgies in hotels and they would do things to women that are very absurd, man. Like I'll just say 2 girls, 1 cup, and leave you with that image. Those were the type of things that they were doing.
You say 2 girls, 1 cup.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that with that image. Like that's the type of stuff they were doing to these women. Not in a cup. They were the cup. I'll put it like that. They were the cup. Or the woman was the cup. That's the stuff they were doing to these women, allegedly. You know, supposedly. That's what one of the stories that were propagated about this man, or they came about. Him and Robert D. Abernathy would have orgies, you know, at many hotels and stuff like that. And those were some of the things they would do. They would totally degrade these women. Excuse me, degrade these women with sexual acts, man. But that's your king. This is your king, though. Is this your king? Come on, man. We got to do better, man. That man was a demon, bro. But I digress, man. Hey, Avanya, you can go ahead if you wanted to share something, bro. Well, I guess they still busy, but you also got another thing. You have what they call it the MK Ultra Project Bluebird, Project Artichoke. Um, you know, fun thing I find about it being called Project Bluebird is the symbol for Twitter is a bluebird. You know, um, And one of the things, like the main things in mind control, is colorism, blue, red, green, solid colors. They tell these people like act blue or act green or play yellow, and they just snap into attention. Like for example, right? Sometimes they don't even have to say it; they can just see a certain
Just keep it
pattern
going,
of
bro.
color.
Just keep it going, bro.
And sometimes they don't even have to say these phrases. They can just see a certain pattern of colors. Like for a perfect example, this is what I think happened to Cardi B on that red carpet. And she was talking, and she's like, "I just feel good. I don't know." And she just stopped talking and had this serious look on her face. No girl was tapping on her arm. It's okay. It's okay. Why was she saying it's okay? It's okay. What was not? What made it to say it's okay? You know what I'm saying? In order for you to say it's okay, something must not be okay. You see what I'm saying? So what was not okay? She knew what was going on. What was going on? Cardi B was her programming was wires were getting crossed, basically. These people are like flesh and blood androids, man. So proverbially speaking, her wiring was getting crossed, aka, the programming was something. One of her program triggers was triggered, basically. And what I think it was could be something else. I could be wrong. But what I think it was something off camera that triggered her, and it had to do with colors or a color scheme. And she just snapped into attention. She just stopped.
Shalom, appreciate that. But Shadow, man, these cause I'm finna get ready to wrap this up. I might go live again. But this whole African shit, brother, it's fat, it's false, and it's whack. And since the brother here is he said, since brother here, I'm a report from your little brother like, coming out of Christianity. Of course. Man, hey, Henry, listen, bro, been saying, wow, come on up, bro. You already at store tonight. Come on up, bro, because believe it or not, what you got to offer, you need to hear that, bro. And, it took me a long time for me to understand that. You know what I'm saying? But what you have to say, people need to hear. But I want to show us, we got the brother Henry on. I want to pull up that Morocco Treaty one more time. Okay, yeah, my screen shut still on. Okay, cool. Let me kill that. Just open one more. And I want you to see this. We went over this earlier. The Morocco Treaty of 1786. And this is the oldest standing treaty in this land. All right. And this is just to show that you are not an African and that these Africans very much had a big hand in this. Now, this is the Morocco Treaty. This treaty is still on the American books as of right now. And when you look at this treaty, you look at number 5, number 6. It says, if any more shall bring citizens of the United States of their effect to His Majesty, the citizens shall be immediately set to liberty and the effects restored. And in like manner, if any more should not subject, the dominion shall make prize of any citizens of America. Make a prize. Only way to make you a prize is put your ass in captivity. Or the other effects to bring them to any of the ports of His Majesty. So, in so many words, if you wanted your freedom, you had to change your nationality back over to African, Moorish African. Make prize of any citizen of the United States of America. We keep on telling y'all them people had a whole lot to do with your slave trade. Them people had a whole lot to do with you being in slavery, period. So it just goes to show, man, when these dudes talk about all this Africa shit, bro, I don't know what Africans they talking about. I don't know what Pan-Africanism that they dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read that part again. Of these dominions shall make prize of any citizens of America. It's letting you know they had your ass in slavery. And yet these niggas are going to try to continuously tell you, oh, no, the Africans are your brother. No, they're not. I ain't got nothing against Africans, but they're not my brother. It is what it is. You know? But, man, we're going to probably finish this thing up. I'm probably going to go live again, man. Probably gonna end up going live again. We don't hate Africans, but what we do dislike, we dislike these niggas in America who talk to you about Africa and ain't never been won't never go there. And then for some odd reason need to convince you the African. When yet, you know what? Well, you know what? Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Let me see if I can pull this up. And I'm gonna read this. And don't hold me to it. If I can't pull it up, I will. If any brother who wants to get it, if Henry, if you want to see this verbatim, you can friend me on Facebook and you can give me a call, bro, because we don't have nobody, bro. I only feel you how. But I'm going to read this to you. This is a Motley of Nations. I'm sorry, this book is called Oriental Heritage. This book is called Oriental Heritage by William Durant. And it was in New York, 1954. When you go to this book and you go to, the chapter is called A Motley of Nations, right? When you go to this, A Motley of Nations, it says, to a distant and yet discerning eye. In fact, I'm going to do this just for everybody. Just for everybody. Okay? When you look at this book, it's a Babylonian seal on this book, right? And I'm pulling this up for anybody, so you can go get this drop. It's called Our Oriental Heritage by William Durant. When you go to page 285, it clearly says, I'm trying to put my finger near it so y'all will be able to see it. It clearly tells you that among the nations, the Indo-European people, the people who you know as the Indo-European people, would consist of Amorites, Canaanites, Edomites, Ammonites, Moabites. Said that is the Indo-European people, the same people you have been calling white. This book tells you they're African. So, and this book was wrote by a white man. So, with that being said, I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Yahweh. Hey, bro, we're going to keep on going. We're going to keep this going, bro, because they're going to pay for that whole African bullshit and that Pan-African shit. I promise you that. But, hey, touch back later. Hey, brother Henry, anytime you want to holler at me, bro, you can hit me up under the same name of Vanye on Facebook. If you ever want to build or go a little bit deeper, until you make your way on up to the tour nights, I want to say shalom. Appreciate anybody who came through here. Make sure you share the broadcast. And I might even just go over there and troll for a second, then come do this again. So with that, I want to say all praise to Yahweh. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Shalom, Yahweh God. Facts, bro. Them are facts.